Hi guys, Brett and Addison here. Lane and I are back out here at the hole. It's day 2. We dug probably a good 6 to 8 hours yesterday. Hard digging. We ended down on this side, down at the 8-foot level. We've been working our way back this way, clearing out the cap of rocks. It's slow moving, but we're getting there. And just down below the cap, a little bit of dirt fell and we got a bottle exposed. So let's see if we can dig it out. Try and get here a little bit. A lot of trash there. That's a big old bottle. Just a big old bot. That's all she is.
I think it might have been a giant ketchup.
Something. Work on getting a few more of these rocks thrown out and then start getting rid of the dirt. And try and work our way straight down as much as we can. All right, guys, we just pulled that big clear bottle, the clear crown top out back here, just a foot over. We just had a med fall out. Let's pick it up. Another slick med. We dug tons of these yesterday. I have a feeling there's gonna be tons today. Hopefully one of them will be embossed later. Just gotta keep on working our way back and cleaning it out as we go. On this side, we'll be ready to shell dirt. Alright guys, I just pulled this big rock out behind me here, and we got a little cylinder bottle. Let's grab it out and see what it is. Got something in your eye? You can fix it with this Murine Eye Remedy. This is a different variant of embossing compared to the last few I found too. That's cool. It's gonna clean up nice. No chips. I'll hand this up. It's got a really neat embossing there. It's different. That's different than the last couple of them I've dug. Common bottle, but still a really cool one. Well, down here, we'll shovel back a little more and see if anything else flies out at us. Not gonna go too crazy, but we'll give it a little poke. Got a bot showing back here. Get down under it a little. Almost to it, guys. Oh, it's broke. Looks like it was more than likely just a crown top beer. We'll pull it out and see what it was. If I can grab it without getting cut here. Yep, luckily it's just one of those stupid aqua beers. Alright, we'll clean out some more and get back to you. We should be in quite a few bottles here shortly.
Alright guys, we making it on back. I think we got a bottle showing here. Looks like a whiskey. It looks like a slick.
All right, guys, we're back here working on the last section back here. Finally got all the rocks and the overburden off the top. Just shoveling back here. We got a top of some sort of a liquor bottle showing. Feels like it's ready to come out. A big old tall one. It's cool looking, nothing on it, but that is a big bottle. Holy smokes. Wow. Lady's leg neck almost. Really crude applied top. That's old. It was probably right around 1902, 1903. Like that whiskey we dug the other day. Scratch around a little more, see if anything else comes out. I think that's sure right back there against the wall.
We got some of the bottles cleaned up to show you guys. We'll start off with some of the bottles Brenton dug out of the hole before we started filming.
So just a couple feet down, even up in those bigger rocks in the capillary, I happened to run into this big cobalt bottle. I'm not sure what this would have been used for, no clue at all. But sure cool looking, a lot of patina on it. And laying right next to that against it was this tiny little, I'm assuming, a whiskey flask. We'll see if we can see some of the embossing on here. It's pretty cool looking. I mean, back here's a normal pumpkin seed flask, and as you can see, they're quite different. So I'm not really sure. Lane mentioned maybe this was a woman's flask or something, but I don't know a lot about that. Pretty cool bottle nonetheless. And then up in that same upper part, really close to it, was this little cup. I'm not very well versed in this kind of stuff. I don't know if it's like a redware or what, but feel free to comment if you have any info. I'm always open to learning. It's pretty cool. It cleaned up really nice on the outside. And then one of our bigger finds here was this whiskey. And I looked it up yesterday and read about it. And I believe this symbol up here from the slug plate stands for Louis Tassig and Company. But I could be wrong. I may have got some names mixed up. But it's a really cool bottle. Cleaned up really nice. And this is a really old bottle for Tonopah. Considering Tonopah started in the year 1900, this bottle was 1902 or prior. And this would have held a whiskey in it. You can see down here, patent February 4th, 1902. It's a pretty cool find. Another neat little thing we found was this little, I don't know if it would have been just a decoration for a kitchen, but this tiny teapot. Might have been a kid's toy, but we didn't dig up anything else kid related in the hole. But we thought this thing was really cool. That's one of my favorite finds. It cleaned up really well. And over here was that bitters. I believe it's in the thumbnail of one of the videos. It cleaned up with some incredible rainbow patina on it. Lashes bitters. To my knowledge, it's one of the more common bitters, but this one is really neat. It's my first bitters, and I'm very happy to have dug it. I'm assuming considering it's a laxative, this was probably something to help out with stomach pain or something of the sort, digestion, that type of stuff. Set that down. And then somewhere in there, Lane came and dug some of these out. We'll let Lane go over those.
Yeah, we got the Grand Union Tea Company. It's my first one of those ones. And it cleaned up very nice. All these bottles cleaned up super nice. And this one was R.W. Gardner, New York.
We really butchered the pronunciation of that the other day.
Yeah. It's hard to read it sometimes. I still don't know what this one is. I haven't looked it up. But it cleaned up beautiful. And then this little pharmacy bottle. It's in perfect condition. We don't find many pharmacy bottles here in Tonopah.
In that particular bottle, you tried looking up online and only found one example of it, correct?
Yeah, just one example.
So maybe that one is a little bit scarce.
And then
over here we got the Murine Eye Remedy. It's got that really cool Y on the embossing there. It kicks up. It's a pretty common bottle. Help you fix your eyes. I'm assuming it was similar to eye drops or something like that. And then this shoe polish bottle is one of my favorite finds of the day. It's a really common bottle, but it sure does have some incredible color to it. And it cleaned up with a rainbow patina on it also. We'll get it up here in the light and see if we can get it to show. It's like a citron color. Really neat color. We don't get very many bottles that color around here. And then I've dug pieces of these before, but this is a Palmer cologne bottle. And it should be early 1900s. You can see on the front here it has all these little, it looks like chips, but that was actually defects from the glass being blown in the mold. It had the bubbles in it that came towards the outside. And it's pretty crazy. They must have not had extreme quality control back then like they do nowadays. That's a really neat bottle. And then over here, we have two bottles. I had, until just a few minutes ago, I read about them. I had no clue what they were. And I was reading, and these are both, they called it a quack medicine for STD, venereal disease. It mentioned gonorrhea in specific, which is pretty crazy. And then me and Lane were just remembering, we dug up like a glass syringe looking thing. So someone throwing trash into this trash pit had something bad going on. There's those. Here's a little drinking glass. It has a really neat bubble up towards the top. It's got a lot of weight to it, a lot more than you'd think. These are always broken. They're pretty thin glass, but this one hung in there. It cleaned up pretty nice. And then these are the two pumpkin seeds. I don't know if we got them both on video. I know we got one for sure. One of them is really old looking. They're super thin, gotta be extra careful. Really delicate bottles. They're a little bit different. They each cleaned up really nice. No rusts, terrible rust spots or any junk on them like that.
I like this one. This one is so crude. The top of the bottle.
This one's crude in the bottom. You can see it's got a big old hump on one side. And this one down here.
Big old thick part of glass.
Yeah, and then real thin on the other side. It's pretty neat. Set these down. Then if this is still the same Folgers food company as nowadays, they've been in business for quite some time. I haven't read about this bottle. I haven't looked anything up about it, so if you know anything about it, feel free to comment. I'd always be happy to hear it. Pretty cool bottle. And then one of the cooler finds, and I kept it even with the defect, is this little pitcher or whatever it is. I would assume maybe it was for a maple syrup or something like that. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it sure is neat. This stuff is always broken when you dig it in the holes, so just for it to be this intact, I was super stoked about. Cleaned up pretty darn nice as well. Set that over there, and then
And the last one.
yeah, big crock. We dug up 3 crocks total and 4 lids to them. We just cleaned up one example. Pretty neat. The lids are embossed, but they're just so hard to read because it was glazed over with whatever they used, so it's really hard to read, but hopefully in the future we'll be able to figure it out and mention it. It looks like a date of some sort over here, like maybe it looks like 1881, so probably a patent date or something. We're not sure what was in these because when we were digging, they were all completely full of seeds and black stuff, almost like you're digging in a privy. So I wonder if they had some sort of jams in them or something.
And then our marbles that we found. They're so crude.
They really are old ones. That was the poor man's marble over there.
Yep.
This is one thing we both need to really look into a little more and research. We don't know a whole lot about marbles. Yeah, that's our finds. Definitely let us know what you guys think. If you know any info about the bottles, feel free to comment. And if you have any ideas for future videos or what you'd like to see, let us know.